And go. I think because you're focusing on the women aspect, it's quite interesting because if we go back into maybe the 70s, 80s, when we start looking at Mr. Universe and Arnold, his heyday, I think he used to do magazine shoots and he used to go to women's prisons and show off his, like, if you ever watch the documentary called Pumping Iron, he like kind of shows off his muscles to all these women who are like surrounded, and because it took him so long to build this body, he was kind of proud of that.
Yeah.
And I think if we compare it to a woman who's in the fitness or the kind of mainstream magazine, if she's worked hard on her body, regardless of what her genetics or what her diet's like or how big or how small she is, if she's worked to like get a big bum or get a nice shape on her hips or like or whatever, if she's done some effort and she's put in a lot of effort and she feels like, I want people to see this, then I think absolutely support that.
Yeah.
Because that's her work, like that's her line of work. I guess that's kind of what Lotta's saying. That's again is her line of work. If she's doing it because she happens to like fall into it and she's like, oh, a friend recommended it to me and like I'm okay, and like she does really nothing.
I've been told I'm good looking, so I'm just going to get in front of a camera. Yeah.
And it's more about
that's what Lotta was saying.
It's totally about intention, like how you go into it. If you're going into it with, right, this is kind of how I want to do it and these are my rules and like this is what I want and I want it to kind of look like this, even if you're putting that projection out there, like some women aren't, or some men aren't confident enough to say that, to like you're getting exposed, oh wow, look, all this fame, all this money that might come in from it, you'd be like, well, I'll do whatever you say. But like, the people who are strong will say, actually, you know what, this is kind of like, this is the vibe I want to go for.
Yeah.
And they may get trodden down by that, especially by, FHM or, one of those mainstream magazines. Not so much the fitness, because I think they would be on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
But, So
I agree with you there, though. I think that's literally what Lotta said, though, that she was trying to define the difference between a beauty pageant and something else, and the kind of models that are on Sports Illustrated. They are fashion models. They are probably like a Victoria's Secret model before her career's been made.
Yeah.
And she was saying they've been told they're good looking and they're spending their life flaunting themselves as a good looking person, which is different to
a different kind of endeavour.
Yeah. I don't think I need to ask anything else.
If you get told you're good looking all the time, that's going to make you into a bit of a shitty person, because
I think, and I think, it's a different kind of world, isn't it? And they're being judged on completely different facets as well. Compared to the fitness.
But also you're going to feel like you don't have to work as hard as other people.
That's what Lotta was saying.
That makes really attractive, like, people who like just go through life being like, I am beautiful, and like, I do this. They don't put any effort into anything because they probably feel like that they get treated, people run to them and like whatever, men and women. That's not just going with women especially, because
I think the fitness ones are like a project, aren't they? They're more. I'm treating it like a project. I'm not treating it as a beauty pageant where I want everyone to look at my boobs and my bum. It's not about that. It's like a project. It's more about the build up to it than the actual event itself. I'm doing it to do that with Lotta and
Lotta was saying,
have the experience of doing
the time that you spend on stage in the bikini is 0.02% of the entire process.
Absolutely.
And that's what she was saying. That's basically how she summed it up. The journey and the effort that goes into what she achieves compared to someone that just goes in front of a camera. That's an attractive, skinny person that starves themselves. She said is totally different and shouldn't be rewarded. Same with plus size.
That's a good point to relate it to our enforcement. That's on Netflix, that.
Yeah, it is.
You should look at it tonight.
So I think if I can get another angle from a man in the fitness, do you think... What about like male discrimination?
Huh?
What's wrong with you?
I don't care. What are you guys having?
I'm having the butter chicken. It's fried and there's sweet potato.
And it's delicious.
It's fried.
It's fried and very unhealthy.
You can get it in a burger
You had that
form.
other chicken last time, didn't you?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me have a look.
I might get
Right, I'll
that
turn off
new.
my recording now because this is my